Thank you, Commissioner Warren. I appreciate it. Tell you what a beautiful place to have this every year. Needs to be this every time we come. I hope it stays this way. Love being here. Love being back. Blessed to be the head coach of the Indiana Hoosiers and just excited for the 2022 season. Our team's been working hard since January. The bottom line is things didn't go the way we wanted them to go in 2021. And when that's the case, you do one of two things. You either feel sorry for yourself or you sit there and do a thorough evaluation of everything that you do, which is what we began in January, and had a chance to go through that process, make changes, add some new players to our team, add some new staff to our program, and then allow us to get back to work. And that's what we've done. We're very blessed to be able to open our season for the fourth time since I've been at Indiana with the Big Ten opponent. So September 2nd, we'll be hosting Illinois in Memorial Stadium on a Friday night. And just excited to be able to welcome Coach Bielema and to appreciate and respect him and the job he's doing there in his program. And just really feel like that it's become a new tradition for us to be able to start the season with the Big Ten opponent. And I think it's become a great thing for the Indiana Hoosiers. And when I think about the evaluation process that we went through as a program, and I think about the standard that we set in 2019 by breaking through, and I think about the historic season we had in 2020, but I also understand that sometimes things don't go the way you want them to go. And when you experience that, I think you get a chance to find out who you are and what foundation that you have. And so I really respect the young men that we brought with us today that have been a part of this team. Were with us in 2019, were with us in 2020, were with us in 2021. Guy like Cam Jones, all Big Ten linebacker that's going to be voted as a three-time captain this fall. That's really special. Doesn't happen very often. And he's a young man that brings a lot of great qualities to our team and allows us to be able to be the kind of program I want us to be on the field and off the field, in the classroom. And I think about Tywan Mullen, first-team All-American, first-team All-Conference cornerback that came to Indiana with a vision and a mission to help us change our football program. And he joins us here today. And then also A.J. Barner, tight end, that's been in the shadows of Peyton Hendershot, all Big Ten tight end the last couple of years. And now this is his opportunity to be able to show who he is on the football field. Love his leadership. That's a big reason why he's here today. And all three of those young men are all Big Ten academically, in the classroom. They're excellent human beings off the field, involved in community service and doing all that they can do to help make our program very special. So really honored to have those three guys here today, and I'm looking forward to you having the chance to get to talk to them, meet them, and also see how special they truly are. Also want to honor a special person as part of our university, and Don Fisher, as he's being recognized and is being announced today as the 2022 National Football Foundation Chris Schenkel Award winner for being basically for 50 years. I mean, think about that. For 50 years being the iconic voice of the Indiana Hoosiers, and just respect him so much and the well-deserved honor that he has in a long list of honors that he's received over the years. And I just also want to just close by saying, before I take some questions here, that the opportunity to be able to impact, as even Coach or Commissioner Warren alluded to earlier, and the lives of the individuals in our community and our players is what draws me to do what I do. And I love this team. We've got a great opportunity to be able to build upon the traditions we have in our program, and to be able to have a chance to take the field in 2022 after a tough 2021, and be able to have a group of young men come together and do something special. So can't wait to get started. Fall camp will begin a week from today. We report on Sunday, media day on Monday, first practice on Tuesday, August 2nd. So at this time, I'm ready for any questions.
We'll start down over here to our left, Coach.
Hey, good morning, Coach. Jeff
Good morning.
RabJohnsPeaks.com. With the quarterback situation, do you anticipate one person clearly winning it in camp and just being the guy all the way? Are there options for multiple guys? And with Donovan, is he going to be 100% receiver, or is there a possibility he could be a little bit of both this year?
You know, I would say that we will go through this process of evaluating our guys. And I will say, you know, by design, and we came out of spring football and felt like there wasn't a clear guy to name, and so did not do that. But I love the competition piece to the process and to be able to have to prove it every single day all summer long, now into fall camp. Obviously, we will have a starter named before the opener. But bottom line is that once that person is named, he'll be the starter. Not expecting a dual situation, but at the same time, as we saw last year, and we learned up close and personal that you know, things happen and injuries happen, and you better have more than one guy that's going to be able to be your starting quarterback, you know, in your program. So I feel like we have that with several different individuals. Donovan's and the other young man has played for us at the quarterback position, have moved into receiver, but yes, we'll still be able to have, you know, packages for him in that opportunity because of his skill set that he brings to our football team, and it's all about getting your best players on the field.
We'll go down over here.
Hey, Coach. Jack Ankeny, Sports Illustrated, Indiana. Micah McFadden's been kind of the heart and soul of your defense the last 3 years. Obviously, you lose him and return Cam Jones. Could you talk about those three transfer linebackers that you've brought in and how they've worked to kind of replace a player of McFadden's caliber?
Yeah, Micah was special. You know, just pretty obvious on the field. Tremendous young man off the field. Love him and his family. Excited for his new opportunity here with the Giants. He's just beginning here in their training camp, and so that is a void that Cam Jones has really responded to in a huge way, and the leadership piece as well in that linebacker room, because I'm a former linebacker myself and coached a position, played a position, and you're only as good as your linebackers in your defense. And so you mentioned the guys that we brought in. I think Cam's going to be a big part of it. I think Aaron Casey, another young man that's going to step up and do great things for us this season because of his work ethic and his passion for our program and for himself to be able to be his very, very best. And you know, Bradley Jennings coming to us from Miami and Jared Casey coming to us from Kentucky, two transfers that I feel like that give us, you know, Big Ten type caliber players that have already played the position at other schools. And so to me, that excites me, you know, because that position is big for us. You know, Deshaun McCall is another one that's coming in as a freshman that we expect to be able to have opportunity to help us and see his development and see how he responds to playing, you know, Big Ten football. And so that's a room to me that's critical for our team to be able to play at a high level defensively. And I always evaluate our linebackers by two key things. You got to be a leader and you got to produce. It's about leadership and production. That's what that position demands, and that's what I expect those guys to do.
We'll go over here.
Tom, Zach Ostrom of the Indianapolis Star. Following on with the quarterback question, I guess, as you went through the spring, new coordinators on offense, just getting a lot of that sort of built up and installed, what has changed about what you're looking for from the quarterback position as you do transition into a different offense?
Well, I think anytime you make those changes, you know, there's the learning curve, you know. So basically everybody kind of started on the same point, you know, as Connor Bazelak came in in January, and Jack was already there, Dexter was already there, and all the other quarterbacks in that room that were here. And so there's some common things that you're looking for, you know, and I think as you come off, you know, this past year, this is a great reminder of the value of protecting the football. You know, that's such a huge part of our game. You know, we all understand the value of the turnover ratio and how that's such a big part of winning football games. And that's part of protecting. That quarterback touches it every single snap. So protecting that football to me is a huge priority. And to me, it's about just having a great mastery of the offense and where to distribute the football to the right players per the scheme that we're having and per the call. So I want to find a guy that's able to do both of those at a high level, and then you got to win that locker room. That's really what it comes down to. That they know when you, even though nobody really huddles anymore, when you talk about that, the idea of stepping in the huddle, and when no matter how much time was on the clock, if that guy's in that huddle, that we know we got a chance to go win the game with him as our leader. So to me, that's what I want our team to feel from that guy, and that's their individual responsibility to earn the position.
We're going to do our best to get everybody in here, but we'll start here. Just a reminder, please stand before you give your name and affiliation. Thank you.
Zion Brown, Hoosier Huddle. Tom, you guys were voted last in the Big Ten East media preseason poll. Is that something you think you can use as motivation?
There's no question. You know, I mean, you got to look at those things a certain way. I mean, last year it was the opposite, you know, and near the top, and it didn't work out that way, right? So I think to me it's You talk to our players today that are here. You talked about our team. You pick anybody out of there, and they're going to say one thing. It's about September 2nd. And that's our focus. That's all we're worried about. We talk about earmuffs and blinders in our program, and that's part of it. And I get it. We earned it. That's part of the process you go through. And I feel like that our team understands that we got a chip on our shoulder and something to prove.
All right, Coach, to our left in the back.
Tom Dustin DePirac, Bloomington Herald-Times. Obviously, we found out yesterday David Ellis and Dalen McCullough, the second, obviously, are not going to be playing this year for medical reasons. What kind of led to the decisions for those two guys, and is there anybody else for medical or any other reasons that is not going to be part of the program this year?
Not expecting any others at this time, unless something happens to happen in the next several weeks. But just some long-standing challenges there for both those young men with injuries, and to be able to get to that point. Disappointed for both of them. Met with both of them many times, and communicated with their families through that process. And so it's just a tough decision you have to come to, but it's a medical decision that we, as a coaching staff, are not a part of in that regard. But it's always about the health and welfare of our guys, and thinking about their long-term, health, and being able to have a body that's going to be able to not have long-term issues. So respect those guys, proud of them, appreciate them, going to be with them, and they'll stay with us here in a different capacity until they graduate.
Okay, we'll have our final question down here in front.
Coach, good morning. Haley Jordan, Sports Illustrated. You mentioned moving Donovan McCulley from quarterback position to wide receiver. How is he adjusting to that position, and who has been responsible for taking him under their wing?
Well, I think he's responded well, and I will say that he came to me, and he wanted to do this, and we had a great talk together about that, and he's a high competitive young man and one of the best athletes on our football team, and he wants to be on the field. He wants to be playing. He wants to be involved in special teams. He wants to be, able to have those opportunities, and he's got a big athletic frame, but there's obviously a learning curve to be able to grow, and I think, to me, Coach Henry is taking him under his wing, our new receivers coach, and his NFL experience is tremendous, and we coached against each other. I was at Ole Miss, he was at LSU, in those 3 years when we battled against each other there, and just a ton of respect for what he brings, and his whole coaching style and philosophy, just the way he handles our players. I think Dom has responded very, very well to him. And so I'm excited to see him be able to have this new opportunity and be able to help our football team be more explosive on offense and win football games.